Hey y'all, TradPro, individuals, ladies, beautiful people. So I just wanted to weigh in a little bit on this Charlie Kirk thing, and I apologize. I don't have my logo. I'm not even, at home in my office or anything. I just didn't have time today to get all set up. But I wanted to drop some thoughts because, this Charlie Kirk thing is going around, and I just really wanted to throw out there a little bit of a TradPro perspective on it. First of all, condolences to his family and anybody that loved him, and those of us who vastly differed in terms of our values and political values, in terms of we're progressives and he's not or was not, and so on. I disagree with most of what Charlie Kirk said in most of the talks that I have heard. I haven't heard everything he said, though, to be fair, so there might be a unicorn somewhere in there that I agree with. But I'm just saying, he's a human being, and it's not okay to kill human beings. And from a traditional perspective, here's the TradPro rub, and this is where balance comes in. Traditional family values and just traditional, human values and empathy and that nurturing spirit, we cannot say, we're going to celebrate his death because now non-progressive people have one less spokesperson or whatever the reason. There's just absolutely zero reason that we could, in good faith, celebrate somebody's murder. So yeah, I'm just wanting to weigh in about it because I'm seeing so many people kind of going off about how violent, there's all this violence, psychological violence, there's all these different kinds of violence, and people are cherry picking to care about this violence and not other. I get it, there's war, there is psychological violence, there are all kinds of forms of violence. However, none of that violence has to be okay. We don't have to be okay with something else in order to be okay with this. We don't have to be okay with this in order to somehow be consistent with another situation that we were against or whatever. There is no excuse and no justification for murdering somebody in cold blood in America, especially when that person is exercising their free speech at an event, on a college campus, or really anywhere at any event. And I think that is just, insane that people are really out here celebrating that he's dead. I mean, this is a husband and father, and again, from traditional family values perspective, that breaks up that unit. There's an entire role missing in that family now. There's a widow. There are kids that don't have a father. They're going to grow up not having him as a father, and hopefully there's somebody else that steps in and fills that role for the kids and for the wife. But honestly, that's not something we can celebrate as traditional family values oriented, empathetic people. So, and I know that there's a clip where Charlie Kirk even said he hates the word empathy, he doesn't like the word. I don't care. If somebody could say whatever, I'm still going to consider them a human being and not hate that person. And yeah, show empathy. It's equal. Human beings deserve the right to live and have their lives protected. And, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is supposed to be what America is all about. Freedom, justice, and liberty. None of those values align with condoning a cold-blooded murder on campus when somebody's exercising their free speech and was invited. And I'm saying this coming from somebody who was disinvited, had 13 college campus events set up and was disinvited, and my free speech was violated because, the publisher of my book set up all these engagements. Everybody was down for it. And then 8 days before, or a week before, here and there, all 13 got canceled. 100% cancellation. Just because somebody complained it would be controversial, somebody didn't want to hear what I had to say, somebody was going to be offended. And, hey, that sucks. And that doesn't mean, though, that Charlie Kirk shouldn't have had his right to talk. I mean, I kind of don't get it why he's welcome on campuses, and former neo-Nazis are welcome on campuses, and I wasn't welcome. But this is not about me. And yeah, I just feel like I could have a pity party and say, like, it's not fair that everybody else gets to talk freely, and I am continuously muted, silenced, canceled, X'd out of everything just because people don't want to hear my unique perspective on race and culture and the race worldview being a social construct, and why I align more with black culture than white culture, etc., etc. So it's just, yeah, like, we can't, on the progressive side, and I'm all for freedom and justice, and there's nothing just about this. There's nothing that underscores freedom. It's not a tit for tat. It's not an opportunity to cherry pick and say, well, so-and-so's death wasn't as big a deal, and so why are we up? It's like, okay, the media tells us what to focus on, pretty much. So there's a lot of people are killed every day that we don't even know about. And that is not, like, a fair thing or a just thing or anybody's fault other than the media. Really, the media just pick and choose which stories they want to push. And once one media channel pushes it, guess what? Everybody hops on board and drives that bus forward and backs it up, drives it again. I mean, it's just like, it just becomes a huge snowball effect. And that is kind of the luck of the draw of whatever, or the unlucky draw in terms of if you're being portrayed in a negative light. So yeah, I just think all the arguments out there for why we shouldn't be upset by Charlie Kirk's murder are invalid. And yeah, let's focus on just causes. Let's focus on human rights. Let's focus on actually moving forward and not being hypocritical because we say we have empathy and we care about people's rights. So we can't cherry pick and say that we don't care about Charlie Kirk's rights, that we don't care about his family. That doesn't align with progressive values, and it sure doesn't align with traditional family values. So those are my thoughts. I'm so sorry that I'm just, like, literally in the parent pickup line to get my son from school. I was so slammed today, and the audio is probably gross on this video or whatever, but I just wanted to touch base with everybody who's on my channel and podcast and just drop some thoughts and see if who disagrees or agrees. Like, what are your thoughts about this?